Houston Rockets took control of the Western Conference Finals with a Game 5 win at home behind some clutch shots from Harden and Gordon, incredible shot making from Chris Paul, and more of that ultra-physical defense that has gotten the Warriors' offense so, well, crazy.
But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive unless we are a little crazy.
Eric Gordon came off the bench to lead the Rockets in scoring with 24 points, and many of his makes were of the self-created isolation variety. The weave forced a mismatch of Looney onto him, and a between-the-legs hesitation gives him a step. Draymond can't help one pass away off of Harden. Clay tries, but no matter. A soft bank shot that rolls around and through. Gordon struggled from beyond the arc on all manner of open looks when they'd catch the defense in the rotation, unable to fully close out and take away the shot. And yet, he missed several of these throughout the course of the entire game. However, shooters shoot, and give him credit for sticking with it and not flinching when the moment came to pull. While Chris Paul shot very poorly for the game, if it weren't for his flat-out super-heroic three-pointers, the Rockets would be making their fishing plans today. Early in the fourth, there was confusion as to who was supposed to run the only play the Rockets have, a ball screen for either Harden or CP3. They end up choosing both Tucker and Capella with the shot clock winding down. David West is right there to pick him up, but look at this double pump, sidestepping heave from deep, and the ball swishes through like it's nothing. And a little bit later in the game, in a move eerily similar to Game 7 versus the Spurs back in 2015 when he was playing for the Clippers, he sidesteps to a soft floater off the glass over the long arms of Draymond's help rotation. There is no doubt the Rockets' defense has been so physical that it's wearing the Warriors out by the end of the game and forcing them into stagnant isolation offense. But it was the unforced turnovers that plagued them over and over. The kind that leave you scratching your head because they're not under pressure, and in a one-possession game, any of these drastically changes the possible outcome of the entire game. They run their most common action, a low-post split, especially because they force CP3 to guard Durant down low. Yet Draymond just throws the ball a little outside, Durant can't grab it, and off the Rockets go. They'll switch any possible down screen for Clay in order to stay glued to him, but he pops out, attacks on the catch. Everything was going okay until he inexplicably stops on a dime, drags the back foot, and travels. Sideline out-of-bounds plays are supposed to be safe scoring chances, yet instead, they don't run anything, and Clay tosses his dying quail to West, and Ariza easily sneaks in and steals it. A minute later, trying to get back in the game, Clay starts the fast break, but then throws the ball long and out of bounds. Another patented action is the pin-down slip. This time, West gets free for an easy basket in the paint, and a pass that Green makes 500 times during the season, but it's thrown away out in front of him. Can you hear me shaking my head? Durant had trouble balancing aggressive shooting and hitting the open man, and it's unclear why Draymond screens here. They already had the switch they wanted with CP3 on KD, but the second screen gives them the opportunity to adjust. Now it's a fair fight with Ariza on defense, and Clay decides to not use the pin away across the top to cut into the lane. That brings his man right to the action. Great defense by Ariza to get in there, but a little kick to Draymond was the right choice here. 2 minutes later, KD was still in his head about not wanting to be a selfish star. So after he misses Draymond open on the short roll, he tries to find him after the crossover, but the pass to Curry was open and would have been the better decision. The beautiful game appeared on this possession as the Warriors start with a skip pass to the corner, hand off to Clay, then the short roll to Draymond. Everything is flowing smoothly for a dunk until Green literally throws it to Eric Gordon. He simply needed to power up a dunk himself instead of looking to give it up. Klay Thompson has played out of it for much of the series, and here's another example. There's nothing with this alignment of Curry in the deep corner and Draymond in the mid-post that tells him he should go to that same corner himself. There's simply no room. Yet he begins to run there while 3 steps out of bounds. Curry tries to bounce it to him, but there's no time for him to establish his feet inbounds. Another turnover. Can you hear me shaking my head now? And in another out-of-bounds play, remember, these are supposed to be advantageous to the offense. The refs allow Gordon to be extra physical to Looney, but no other backup action, and when KD cuts to the ball, Draymond throws it as if he's going to go towards the half court, and Harden is off to the races for an easy basket. Let's move to the fourth, where the game and possibly the future of the series hung in the balance. The Rockets' entire offense is geared towards forcing Curry onto Harden in a pick and roll, with the other three spacing to the sides. Excellent job by Draymond to not let that happen. He sits on that left hand, and Harden is left with nothing more than a contested long two. In contrast to the singular focus of the Rockets' offense, the Warriors didn't seem to know exactly how they wanted to attack, getting Klay wandering nearby KD in a half-hearted attempt at a ball screen, but they do get something when Livingston flare screens during the KD drive, and Klay can create 3 points off the shooting foul. When Harden tries to ISO on Curry on the wing, it allows Draymond to shadow him down low by the block, and a key to stopping this ISO action cold. Curry does a good job to make him work hard. Good move to bring Tucker to the corner to force Draymond to stay home, but KD is there to help pressure and Harden can't finish. Again, it's not quite clear if all 5 players are on the same page. KD clearly wants it down low in a mismatch against Tucker, but Livingston passes out top and tells KD to chill. There's kind of a pick and roll set here, but Draymond and Curry almost run into each other. Klay brings his man right up into the action, almost forcing Curry to pass it to him with no time on the shot clock, and the rest of this just falls to pieces. The Rockets run Spain pick and roll, but because the Warriors switch everything, it doesn't get them an advantage. They're able to force Curry onto CP3, and there's absolutely no reason for Tucker to be in the slot here. It enables KD to take one step over and block the shot cleanly. Now the Warriors get into something quickly and with purpose. Ariza and Gordon are quite handsy down low. The ball goes to Draymond, who does my favorite action, the fake handoff right to the hoop, and give him credit for sticking with it until the ball goes through the basket. Another spread ISO gets Curry and Harden in the dance, and Harden gets the contact, knocks Curry back off balance, into the lane forcing the help. Klay needs to split the difference between the corner and the wing, can't close out in time, and Gordon shrugs off all his other open misses to nail a huge one that gave the Rockets a 4-point cushion. After getting the ball down low to KD being guarded by CP3, it sucks 2 help defenders in the lane. The ball moves to the perimeter and finds Draymond all alone for the 3-point shot. Klay is able to get around this ball screen just enough to get back to Harden driving, and watch how he simply travels with the ball. The referee called it initially, but then the slot referee sees a deflection that simply did not occur. An inadvertent whistle was declared, and the Rockets get another shot up 1. Houston decided to attack the rookie Quinn Cook, who Steve Kerr inserted for his defensive 3-point shooting. He keeps CP3 in front, pressures the shot, and not only does the shot miss, but CP3 goes down with a hamstring injury. The Warriors immediately take advantage, but Cook bobbles the pass, gives it a ride, but can't hit it. Watch how the Warriors get Curry off of Ariza as they screen, allowing Klay to stay on Harden. Excellent defense to stay in his stance, and the contest is okay, but he didn't let Harden land. This probably should have been called a shooting foul. The Warriors get into a formal set out of horns, but I can't figure out why they'd bury Durant in the corner with his hands on his knees. It leaves Curry to fend for himself, and Harden does a good job to keep the pressure on. Tucker flips head over heels to help out, and the Warriors come up empty. They foul Ariza, who only hits 1 of 2 free throws, and this is where the wheels fell off for the Warriors. We know in Game 4 they grabbed the rebound and took off down court without calling a timeout, looking for a game-tying shot. But it was a clean rebound with over 13 seconds left, while this one was a tipped rebound that took a second to corral. The issue is that Draymond was starting to fall out of bounds, so I get it why he felt the need to pass. But why isn't anyone else right on top of the referee signaling for the timeout when Draymond grabs it? The instant he passes it, they can no longer inbound at half court. Not calling a timeout here was the same mistake they made in Game 4, and if you can't clean this up in the very next game, you're slowly forfeiting your chance to win this series. And it came up big. As they inbound from the backcourt, the Rockets can safely ignore the inbounder and double Curry right away, while having Ariza hugging Durant. Of course, we would have hailed this play as genius had Draymond done what he should have, attacked the middle of the wide open paint and gotten a layup for the win. But instead, Draymond just drops the ball before he even catches it. The ball goes back to Houston, and that was it. A good opportunity squandered. Down 3-2 heading back to Oakland, all is not lost, and with Chris Paul out for Game 6, it's almost a lock we'll be right back here for Game 7. While their style of isolation leads to way more difficult shots, it limits turnovers, and has the offense much better focused on how they want to attack. Without a doubt, if the Warriors want to take control of this series again, they had better get a lid on crazy.
Though we're never gonna survive.
What are you waiting for?
We are a little.
Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!